Hello, and welcome back to episode 20 of Crits&Knits. Look at me remembering to say the episode number now.
So proud of you.
Last time we actually only had a couple of players, and we did something special after our knitting chat, and no one knows about it yet, but that's okay, because we're excited to release it in a couple weeks, I think. Probably.
I think
it'll be a surprise.
I think in like a month, because we drop every other week, the podcasts.
Right. I'm never sure where we are anymore. But soon. Soon. It will be soon.
Possibly sooner for patrons.
Ooh. So, consider becoming a patron of Majestic Goose. Does anyone remember what we did?
We found out that the beholder, that little man, was listen, I'm not going to remember his name. Little man was working for, was moided by not all of us, but some of us. And we went through all of the tunnels trying to figure out if that was the only beholder. Turns out it was. We met Chad and Brad. That is not the other guy's name, but in my head it is, because that's what I will be forever. Myself. Yeah.
Chad and Barry,
there
officially.
But Brad. Chad and Brad. The twins. But we snuck past them to get to the library. We saved the librarian, who is missing, I think, like 4 of her fingers.
Can I jump in here? Because Herder actually wrote a song about that.
Oh!
Why did I take over?
No. Herder only wrote a song about the librarian. So.
Oh, is it a love ballad?
Let's hear this. I'm so excited.
Here we go. There was an old lady who stood at the desk. She was missing a finger or two. Enslaved by the beast that we bested before she was free, but with nothing to do. We all looked around and we surveyed the room and discovered a system in place. It washed over me and my eyes became wide and a smile appeared on my face. And you know why? It's because there were books and more 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 books. Oh, books and more books. A shit ton of books. And more books and more books and more books. And there's actually like 30 verses, but they're all like those last 2. So I just kind of stopped there.
That's fantastic. Yay.
Wonderful.
So that was all. Herder wanted to share the song.
Can I put a vote in that he gets inspiration for that?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. I dig it. All right. DB, please continue.
We called Shayla to have the librarian taken away. That sounds
safely. Safely returned to town.
Horrible.
We take her away.
Sounds right.
We called Shayla, to get rid of the problem. Before we started loading up all of our different items of holding, with books so that we could take them out. I think we threatened Brad and Barry. I'm sorry, Chad and Barry.
That sounds right.
And they decided that they didn't want to fight, which is probably a good idea, because we would have murdered them like we did people before. There may still be other people in the tunnels. We haven't seen them, but I think we're leaving now. We're gonna go back upstairs.
Yes, you actually had made it back to town.
Yeah.
And went to sleep because that was a long time in the tunnels. It was, I want to say at least 3 days. I think it was probably more like 4 or 5 by the time you got out. It was a while. And of course, during that time, Owen has been out of town.
Yeah.
You got back to town and you got to take a nice long rest and you got to level up.
Yes, but also we promised to save Little Man's family.
Yes.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Sola.
Little
Sola.
Man.
Sola.
Yes.
Nalitha's just, listen, you don't expect her. She barely remembers your guys' name.
It's true.
We're lucky she remembers her girlfriend's name.
Ha!
Do I
Does she remember her girlfriend?
No, I don't.
Does she?
The
she?
fire
3
one.
days.
It's been a
The
while.
breakfast arsonist.
This is how we find out that.
Tamilia.
Yes. This is how we find out that Nalitha's mind is just going. That's how she remembers people, is not by their actual names. Oh,
The hot lady. That would be the girlfriend.
smoking hot lady.
Fire Genasi. Literally. So, you have all had a good night's rest, and you feel great the next day, and you feel a little bit invigorated and maybe somewhat more magically inclined, maybe able to do a couple of new things. Is there anything that anyone got on their level up that they feel like mentioning?
I have 100 hit points.
I'm a terrible player. I'm sorry. I just realized I hadn't done the thing yet.
I have
That's
104
okay.
hit points.
I have 120. Eat
Well,
it.
you are, listen,
I'm a frontliner.
I would hope that the paladin had that. You know, I don't even remember what I got at level 12.
Clanky,
Hold up.
clanky, holy tanky.
Yes, exactly.
What did I
Is that-
take?
Should I max out my charisma or should I take a feat?
Ooh. I mean, if you're very charismatic anyway, you might want to take a feat.
I mean, I'm grumpy and everyone takes it as charisma.
We like your grumpy face.
I have Fey teleportation now.
Ooh. What does that do?
I get to Misty Step.
Is that Fey touched?
I believe it is.
That makes sense.
Let me go look at where the feats are. Hold on.
I mean, previous to this, I already had Sentinel and Shield Master.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe I take Tough and do more... Get more clanky, holy tanky
Do it.
hit points.
Yes.
A little bit more tanky never hurt.
In addition to taking on the lucky feat, Herder had a feeling that this crew is really good at finding things that they don't know what it is. So he picked up the identify spell as well. He learned how to
Excellent.
identify things.
Probably a good idea. We do that a lot.
Yeah.
You do tend to do that.
No idea what you're talking about.
I'm also more charismatic than I was before.
Not gonna say it.
That came with the Fey teleportation. Listen.
I mean, you know.
I'm gonna go ahead and take
Wonderful.
Tough. It's easier.
Okay.
Just get a little bit more tanky. Holy shit.
A lot bit more tanky,
A little
perhaps.
bit more.
I'm at 144 now.
Nice.
What is your AC?
23.
Nice.
Yeah. Very hard to hit that
Tank.
one.
I'm still squishy, but that's because I don't need to be up front.
It's me and Owen who are generally up front.
Herder is definitely a behind somebody big kind of guy. He's a few levels lower than y'all, so he's only at 59 hit points and like an AC of 11.
We need to get you some armor.
We need to get you some fucking armor, my guy.
Well,
We gotta go digging in the hole.
I'll jump right
Well-
back in that hole.
That is absolutely an option.
I am leaving these people in the street to go to bed.
We've already slept and woken up.
I'm back in bed. I felt the bullshit and went, roll back over.
Yeah, I have 148 HP.
Hey.
Nice.
It's all those fiber shakes he drinks. Just
Yep.
and Erasmus, just hating this wizard, decided to work on his mage slaying skills.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I'm gonna get him. Oh, I'm gonna get him.
I will write a song about it when you do.
An epic ballad.
So we will say that the day after you come out of the basement, the next morning you get up to try and find somewhere to have breakfast. The Golden Frog is almost ready. They've done a lot of repairs since you were gone, but it's not quite open yet. So you do have the option of trying to get Herder to open up the tavern.
I was really hoping that since we've been gone, I could have breakfast for the first time.
I brought breakfast meats again.
I have tables.
Well, then let's go knock on Herder's door and see if he'll assist in the breakfasting.
Or I could just pick the lock. a nice surprise.
Is it?
Wait. Don't we know Herder? Like, don't we pick locks of people we don't know? Because like that's less rude.
How? No, never mind.
Nope, don't.
Never mind. I don't care.
Yeah, it's less rude, because, there's no pre-established relationship. You're just breaking and entering. That's different.
I'm not really breaking. The lock will still work after I'm done with it.
Well, then we're just...
Erasmus, I absolutely hate that logic makes sense. And so I'll just, like, look at them, walk up quickly and just, like, knock on the door. No, I'm known as the Killjoy.
So, Herder answers the door.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm going to say that Herder's not alone when he answers the door.
Eyebrow raised straight into the stratosphere.
Typical bard.
Herder and Hespera, the librarian, answer the door.
No.
Yes!
Well, this is an old folks home, so you get what you get. Anyway.
Hi, friends.
Didn't you two just meet?
Hello.
Well, she's new in town. Wanted to show her
I
around.
needed a place to stay.
Yeah, just kind of
Yeah.
show her
But
around
you're one to
town.
talk.
What are you talking about?
We were wondering if we could join you for breakfast, but if it's an intrusion, we can.
Oh no, I like having
Erasmus has already
guests.
turned around like, oh, I see what's happening here.
No, I don't mind if you don't mind, Herdy.
I love people coming to the bar. Come on.
Did she call him Herdy?
Already a nickname. Oh my god.
Herdy gets Gertie.
I have a hurdy-gurdy in the other room.
Oh, I don't even want to know what that is.
I'm just gonna lay on the ground. You guys finish the game without me. This is. Oh, stars and stones.
Well, come on in. Come on in.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry to intrude.
Oh,
Are those breakfast meats? Come on in.
Erasmus, come eat food.
oh, okay. Y'all just walking in. All right. Well, I mean, I
We
guess.
were invited.
Not that would have mattered, but I'm kind of glad I didn't pick the lock now.
This is why you occasionally listen to the Holy Tank.
You would have stopped me no matter what. Also, I'm holding the thing of breakfast meats.
No, nobody wants me to pick a lock.
Look, I'm more on the chaos side, so I wouldn't necessarily stop you, depending.
You probably would have this time, though.
This time, absolutely. We don't intrude on our friends, not without knocking.
It's all about the pre-established
that is such
relationship.
a loose term. Friends.
No, I know. You
Okay.
barely consider us like acquaintances, even though we've nearly died together.
Pre-established relationship. There you go. Like that's the boundary for me. You enter on people that you don't know at all, or wizards.
Well,
It's a good thing none of us are wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Erasmus would have, murdered everybody here
I
that's
mean,
a wizard.
Wizards aren't bad people. I've worked with a few. It's necromancers that I have an issue with.
They're just trying to raise a family.
You're dealing with a necromancer?
Yep.
Oh my, that sounds a bit dangerous.
Everything we do is dangerous. We dealt with a dragon a week ago.
Do you need books on the necromancer? I've got some of those.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
It may be a few days till we have the whole library set up, but if you don't mind waiting, I will make sure I get those
That's
for
fine.
you.
We have to find Little Man's family.
That boy got a name.
You know, he does, but, I barely remember your guys' name. Knowing names means you get attached, and when that person eventually dies...
Well,
What's your name?
My name is Nalitha.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Today.
What do you mean by that? Today.
I get that. One of someone that I was connected to as an elf, and well, what was life changing for me was, a week in her life. So, different perspectives on time. We live fast and hard and loud.
Yes.
You don't. Your life's longer.
Well, it's just also easier because if you're attached and you do something shitty, it usually gets that person it hurt too. If you're not attached,
Well,
Give me you still did something shitty.
oh yeah, you still do something shitty, but they don't go after your loved ones because you don't have any.
well, for what it's worth, we like having you around.
Are all y'all's conversations so heavy?
Yes.
This is why I got out of venturing.
Yeah, this is a lot.
It's hard. It's hard to have light conversations when you see life and death frequently.
Always, yes.
We did have some pretty I tried to have some deep conversations down in the lair. When you lose most of your fingers, things are a little different.
Oh, so knocking at what?
Why somebody
I
knocking behind
I
me?
will go open the door.
There you are.
I shut
all
the
over
door.
Town, you bastard.
Hey, no, he's got, oh, that's Owen. He's got an egg to deal with.
Nelitha,
Is that the dad?
Owen in.
That's the dad?
Kind of. Nelitha, open that door.
I opened the door.
Fuck you.
You wouldn't like it.
If you once in a lifetime experience. Hi, Owen.
Hey, Owen, we got an egg.
Welcome back.
Who's to say I haven't had an elf before?
Once in someone's lifetime. Hi, welcome back.
Hello. Take it you found the other end of the hole.
That
Hello.
is a way
I was
to
there.
put it. Yeah, we found like
Meet
4 other people, library lady, little guy. I do remember Chad, and I think his brother name was Brad.
Barry.
Oh, some people do have names then.
Only funny names.
Can we get you like a self-updating scroll or something? This is...
Hi.
I'm fine. Thanks
you look
for
fine.
asking.
No,
Welcome back. We missed you.
I do miss you, and we got this egg to take care of.
Could you maybe give him like
Hasn't
5
hatched yet.
minutes to maybe eat breakfast?
I had him a
What is-
plate.
What is this egg that you're talking
I
about?
come with breakfast meats.
An egg that I am not a part of.
Okay.
But it's right
Do
here.
you remember what the egg is about?
A dragon egg?
We're not sure what's in
It's
the egg.
slightly larger than
we
a
could
chicken
cook
egg.
it. Cook it with our breakfast meats.
No, it's close. It's real close. I'm expecting.
I've had bologna one time. That was enough.
Nah, it's real close. I'm expecting.
I remember when I first met you, it rolled out of your hole.
See?
You know what? I'm sure your pregnancy was easier than mine. So good luck with that, mate.
Also mine.
I mean, I didn't even pass this egg. So.
I'm sorry. Nelitha's a parent?
Lore drop, lore drop.
So there's that.
Just like
You
lean.
don't know if she's lying or not.
You have a child?
And
We're the one?
Maybe. You don't know.
You told us before that you didn't.
That's fair, but also, can you trust anything I say?
Not a damn word.
Insight check.
This one.
Let's roll for it then. Roll an
I didn't
insight
get any
and
dice out. Shit.
Well, that was your mistake. Oh, sweet. Are you telling the truth?
Either deception or I don't know, whatever's the opposite of
I feel like it's deception either way, because she's not going to show anything if she's telling or not.
Okay.
My inside check is a 19.
18.
Herder's feeling a 23.
Also 23.
Nat 20 for also a 23.
Ooh.
Ooh. And
Is that a meets it
if
beats it
it-
situation?
if it
or is
meets, it
a...
beats. Yeah, no, we're going to go with if it meets, it beats.
How is
So-
your deception that low?
I'm sorry.
Thirty.
28. I looked at the...
Okay,
everybody else was rolling insight, I also rolled insight.
Okay. I was very confused. I was like, how? You're a rogue!
Lying's not important. Only stealth and picking locks is important.
Apparently. Also, I apologize.
Only need to lie if you get caught.
So, yeah, you none of you really know what to make of Nelitha, as always.
We never do.
I like this one. I like it.
Owen's just kind of blushing off to the side.
You all right there, buddy?
Yes.
Your niece?
Good. Got the pixie infestation taken care of. They're actually business partners now. Turned out to be more of a wisp situation, but got it taken care of. That's what you get for buying a murder house.
Oh, yeah, that is usually what you get for buying a murder. Why did they buy the murder house?
She said something about getting a good
I mean-
deal
Okay, no,
on it.
no, hold on. The question is, did someone die there, or did the house kill them? Because those are two very different things for murder house.
Maybe both.
A family was murdered in the house.
Slightly better. Okay.
A secret third thing. Yeah.
No, someone died at the house.
The family murdered the house.
But
What?
Pardon?
your friend said that it had to do with the bakery? Did you bring pies back?
I brought cookies.
Just as good. What kind of cookies?
Breakfast meats and cookies.
Perfect. Life's short. Eat dessert first.
Owen lays out a dozen various sundry cookies.
I'll take a salted caramel cookie if we're deciding on our own. Grab one of those.
Roll a d8.
Ooh.
I will take a chocolate chip, I guess.
Roll a
Herder
d8.
almost grabbed the same chocolate chip that...
Oh, you
That
would have
elephant
lost a
did.
finger to go with your girlfriend.
Erasmus grabs the plainest sugar cookie that has ever existed.
Roll a d8.
I got it too.
You suddenly have this feeling of off in the distance, all around the town, you can detect whether things are good or evil.
Oh, so my usual divine sense, but further. Cool.
Yes.
One.
You feel as if you maybe made some specific hand gestures, you could create something?
Can I try it? What is this? I'm gonna try it.
Yes.
6.
3 little balls of light.
my birds.
Yeah. You said a 6?
Yep.
You feel like maybe if you jumped really hard, maybe you could fly.
Oh, that's
That is
dangerous.
dangerous for you, Erasmus.
Herder got an 8.
An 8. You go to sleep.
How long do these effects last?
It depends on the cookie.
That's up to you to find out.
Huda just experienced narcolepsy.
Is he okay? Is he good?
He'll be fine.
But you know what I mean? Like, is that like, well, he didn't fall asleep a bunch down the tunnels. Hey, Herder!
Hespera's going to have a cookie too, and she rolled a 3.
Oh, okay.
Can
She
I
rolled a
smack Herder to
3.
wake him up?
3 is detect thoughts.
She looks at Nelitha, says, "Stop that."
I do it anyway. Right across the face.
Does it wake Herder up?
That's a magical sleep, so only if she does damage.
Does she do damage?
I can hit him hard enough to do damage.
Hespera stands in front of you because she knows you're thinking of that. That's a surface level thought. Stop that.
Do you want
Leave
him
him alone.
awake?
He'll wake up. It's fine.
It's just a little.
No. Trust me, he could use the sleep. We were a little bit busy
no.
last night.
Listen.
Looking very thoughtful, Isolta's actually going to step out into the street and concentrate and see if this extended divine sense tells her anything about, I don't know, a nearby necromancer.
Could you imagine?
You
Yes, I
feel
can.
a sense of evil, very faint, towards the east side of the town, the northeast.
I'll be right back. Don't wait for me, and I'll go toward the northeast side of town.
I'm gonna follow This is you. Do not go alone. Take this.
I'm not going to leave the town. I'm just following the sense to get a better sense of of where I'm pointing at later.
Listen, Hester would probably like a Nilithagon anyway, so she doesn't keep smacking Herder. So
Fair point.
I'm all limbered up from my recent battle, so I'll come with you.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna pick Herder up. Well, come on, Herder. Come on,
Should
Herder.
I come with you all?
Yeah, sure. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm not. What?
No.
Why not?
What if she dies? Herder will be very upset.
What if she's not there and her is very upset as I pick Herder up?
Somebody is watching the bar.
Oh, yeah, I should watch the bar. Okay.
Sorry.
Bring him back, please.
Sorry, I just don't want you, dead yet.
Oh, with only like 3 fingers, I can only do so much. I can't really hold a weapon or anything.
That's fair.
I can hold a book, but
Oh, we can get some rope and just tape it to your hand, just like wrap it to your hand.
I'm following Assault.
Yeah, Assault has tuned.
threatening this woman.
Assault has fully tuned this conversation out and is just walking.
Well, come on, Owen. As I just
Did you grab the egg?
yeah,
Okay.
so the golden frog,
egg Herder.
the golden frog where you'd normally eat is on the west side of the river, and Herder's tavern is on the west side of the river, just sort of at the opposite ends of the main gathering area of town.
Let's tell you. We're following something, but you haven't really explained.
I mean, you chose to follow me. Are you going to trust that or not?
I mean, it was either...
mean,
you know that whole thing where you shouldn't, split up because then, people start to die a little bit easier? That felt like this kind of situation.
I'm not going to leave the town.
It doesn't matter.
Apparently not.
There could be people here that want to kill you. You don't know.
They can certainly try.
That's fair.
To me, it smells like death. A rotting corpse, a dissonant tune on the edge of my hearing, off in that direction. I'm used to divine sense closer in. The cookie expanded my ability to hear, feel, smell, whatever.
It's good. It's a good cookie.
Yeah. So
it gave her narcolepsy.
I have a feeling that it's different dependent on who takes it and what happens, but
We just got Herder will be fine.
oh, and we need to set up a supply line of these things.
Yes, please.
You'll have to talk to my niece.
We are happy to
Lena.
pay to have them shipped in this direction.
You start towards the river, and of course there are 2 bridges, one at the northwest end and one at the southeast end. And of course it's right when you're at sort of the center part of the river that you feel the pull, the sense that is towards the northwest.
East. You said east.
I meant the upper left-hand corner of the map.
Okay, northwest then.
Northwest, sorry.
No worries.
So you feel the pull towards there. So you have to make a decision about whether you're going to go up and right or down and left. Either way, you can't really cross the river in the center. I suppose you could try.
Not the holy tanky.
How far is it across the river?
It's a fairly substantial river.
Let me make this easier. Is it short? Is it within 30 feet?
No.
Okay.
Were you gonna jump it? What's happening?
I have Misty Step.
Oh, that's fair. Same. The two of us misty step out.
I'll sort of pause there and Isolde's kind of been holding her hand up in front of herself, feeling it out and looking and going, a bridge here would be too convenient, wouldn't it?
Could you... Well, wait. Doesn't one of you have, a foldable raft?
Both of us do, I think.
Foldable
We
boat,
could
yes.
just use that and go across.
All right, here's the real question. Do we follow this sense now? Danny's gonna murder us.
Fine. It's fine.
Danny's gonna murder us. This peek behind the curtain. This was supposed to be a shopping episode.
Herder snores.
You know, we basically kidnapped him, right? He doesn't even have his armor on him.
I mean, kidnapping is a strong word.
Breaking and entering, kidnapping.
Yeah, we didn't break it. Shush, you're asleep.
I mean, we didn't break and enter, we knocked. But at this point, if we go further, he will be without equipment.
Yeah,
I think that it would be better to take the risk of this sense running out and make sure that we are all properly equipped.
Do you... it wouldn't help. I was thinking that I could scout ahead a little bit. Maybe I could see something. Point me in a general direction.
I'll just look at her and be like, that away. I can't be more specific than that.
That's fine.
Insubstantial.
I could go a ways out at least to see if anything's even a little bit close to town. Anything weird, creepy, whatever, and then come back.
This is the moment when I really wish I had sending stones. I'm going to suggest you're a grown adult, significantly older than me. I can't tell you what to do. But I'm going to suggest that you go an hour, 2 at the outside out, and then come back. Remember what you said about not splitting the group?
Oh, I know, but I'm a sneaky.
You're much sneakier than I am. I will certainly give you that. In the meantime, the rest of us gather our equipment, get armored up. I didn't put my armor on to go eat breakfast.
You don't put your arm on to go eat breakfast? You're out of practice.
You know what? Today was supposed to be a in-town day of resting and recovering, but that's apparently not in the cards.
I'm resting.
I'm back in adventurer mode now. Just like wake up, put on armor, go to bed.
I'm too old for that shit.
Maybe see if you could pick up sending stones here?
I'll look. I think that would be a good idea to have on hand.
Yep.
All right. Do you know where my house is? Well, no, we'll gather back at the tavern.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knows where anybody's house is. I'm sure Nelda knows where everybody's house is.
She's probably been in everyone's house. I think that's...
Little books and things have been moved, like, on bookshelves.
No.
Erasmus keeps, like, almost nothing in his house, except for, like, the bare minimum.
Nolitha went in and went, this is sad, and then left.
He still lives, like, almost like collegiate, like, Spartan life, like...
I'll reach into the bag of holding that I did check over my shoulder, not the rest of my stuff, the bag of holding, and pull out the chest that has the folding boat in it. Get this back to me. But this is going to be the easiest way to get across.
Yeah, that's fair. I take it, I make it a boat, and I go across the river.
Okay, so you go across the river. Where are you going?
I'm heading in the direction
I pointed.
Isolde pointed, keeping low and trying to move as stealthily as possible.
And you have no detection abilities. You don't detect
No. But I'm going to do a little bit of tracking.
Okay. You go through a bit of a residential area. There are a bunch of houses. There are some folks on their porches who give you glowers as you go past the ones that see you. I'm sure there are a bunch that don't notice you at all because, you're Nelitha. You continue towards the edge of town. Roll me an investigation, because you're looking around, right?
Yeah, that's not terrible. I got this. 26.
Okay.
Not terrible.
Nothing really looks out of place in town. You walk past the graveyard at the edge of town. It looks like a graveyard. You don't spot anything out of the unusual there. How far do you go?
How long have I been moving?
Probably about 10 minutes or so, maybe 15.
I'm gonna go.
It's not a big town.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going out of town too.
Okay.
Check what I can through forest or whatever to make sure that there's not any strange magics or whatever.
Okay. And you're going for an hour is what you agreed on? Yeah. Or a half hour out and a half hour back?
An hour to 2 hours was what Isolde said.
Yeah.
Okay. By the end of the hour, you haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary. There are no strange tracks, no footprints. And by that point, Isolde, your extra detection seems to have decreased back to sort of its normal vicinity.
Herder's still asleep.
Herder has woken up by now. That was about an hour.
Where are we?
Oh, what? Oh, not at
Put
the
me
bar.
down.
We should be back in the bar by then.
Oh, yeah,
Because we agreed to meet back in the bar.
All right. Where did the elf go?
Her name's Nelitha.
She doesn't know anybody's name. I don't know her name.
Be better than her.
Okay, that's fair.
Be better than her.
I sensed something, and she's scouting in that direction.
Are you okay, sweetie?
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
watch the bar?
I did watch the bar. It's
you.
fine. It didn't do anything. Erasmus,
Uh-oh.
I need you to roll me a d6, please.
Hey there, little buddy. 4.
You hear a little bit of a cracking sound.
Oh,
Oh, little buddy. Don't want to smother you.
This is how Herder's bar explodes.
I'm sure it's fine. Just give it some breathing room. Make a little nest for it.
Where are you putting it?
Well, I reach into my backpack and not my hole, and I pull out, see here, some parchment, because I have that on a sheet, and some rations, and I kind of make a little nest for it.
Herder gets some rags from behind the bar and offers
for God's
the
sake.
rags.
Owen pulls out the hat he's working on. Here.
Oh, there you go.
Is Nelitha back at this point? Or is she still out?
She's still out. She's not going to come back right away.
Okay. It feels like a bit of a slow process, but you hear the gentle cracking. Everyone's sort of watching to see what's going to happen because... What is this?
Yeah. I will note that Isolde has definitely put her armor on at this point and has her sword just in case.
I am sure that I have picked up nothing dangerous.
That cursed plate that you have in your possession suggests otherwise.
You mean the best plate in the world?
I mean the plate that required me to spend a spell slot to break your obsession with it.
It's a pretty good plate.
It's not that good.
Pretty cool.
I will just shatter it and throw it in the river.
That doesn't work.
Herder thinks he maybe should have used Identify. So
As you are watching this egg, all of a sudden, with a giant crack, it splits. And it's almost like the fabric of reality bends around it. And suddenly, the entire bar, every single table in there, is set and piled with food, a feast for 100 people.
That's not a baby at all.
What a relief.
it's going to be a good night tonight, Hespera. We're going to need another till.
Isolde, your good and evil is not tingling at all. This is just food as far as you're aware.
Well, that ain't a baby at all. That's like the opposite of a baby. Okay, not the opposite, I guess. But that'd be a grown-ass adult, an old-ass man. But it ain't a baby.
Be you.
The opposite of a baby is a corpse. That is basically what you just said.
I mean, that's not incorrect.
No.
I mean, technically it's all food here. There's technically a bunch of corpses. Bird corpse, brisket corpse. Bunch of corpses.
I don't know. You tell me, Danny. Would I be familiar with the spell Hero's Feast?
I think you probably would.
I don't have a lot of detection type magic, but I want to try and find out if this is what this is.
Okay.
Taste the food and see if it tastes magical or
Like hit points.
Yeah, if it tastes like hit points. If it tastes like hit points and no fear, oh wait, I'm already immune to that. I think I'm using divine sense via mouth sense to try and be like, was ist das?
What do you take a bite of?
If there's a pear or something.
Okay, you take a bite of a pear, and it is possibly the best tasting pear you've ever put in your mouth, but it seems to be just a pear. You don't feel any different. You don't notice anything different. You don't sense anything. It's just a really good fucking pear.
Stare at this eggshell. Is the eggshell still there?
Yes, and it is split very neatly down the center, as if, like, sliced and just split open. It's not a jagged crack like you would expect from an animal hatching out. It's just split. Yeah.
I checked the ground for some kind of baby. Like, maybe it's under the table.
Okay, give me an investigation.
Sure.
You were really counting on having a baby to raise there, weren't you?
Look, I have done nothing but nonsense my entire life. Maybe I was looking for something to do. Maybe I have a reason to decorate my house.
A child should be more than that.
Does Erasmus strike you as responsible?
No!
20.
You give a thorough search. There is no sign of anything other than this feast that has just appeared.
Well, I just kind of look at it and was like, well, Owen, here's our baby.
I'm gonna try.
Congrats, it's indigestion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to, is Hespero?
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to Hespero. Have you heard of anything like this in your books?
Oh, let me think for a moment.
Well, time to eat. I get the plate that everyone hates.
There have been some magical devices that have stored things like this that just produce a meal. It's a way of traveling. There seems mostly be in like fairy tales. I didn't think they were real, but honestly, for a long time I didn't think dragons were real, but clearly they are. Beholders, those are things that are real. So why not an egg full of food?
Many things that we think are only stories are more than that.
So yeah, is anyone else planning to do anything with this food?
Well, I'm going to use this plate that they all hate to eat this food.
If you make me have to cast remove curse again, I'm going to take it, break it, and throw it in the river.
You know, I think...
That doesn't work. We tried.
Once you remove curse, however, it's no longer attached to him.
But the plate still comes back. They've tried to get rid of the plate.
After remove curse?
No.
No.
Not after remove curse.
Not after remove curse. The curse attaches it to you.
Yeah.
Remove curse, no longer attached. Bye.
I think this plate's just made out of a creepy doll, and it's just going to be back.
The same porcelain they use for the creepy dolls is what they use for this plate.
Herder's going to enjoy some of this delicious food as well.
Okay. And yeah, it is the best food any of you have ever tasted. It is just high quality.
Isolde doesn't trust it. She's not eating any of it.
Well, I will take Assault's untrusted portion of food.
Do you have more eggs in your hole?
I hope so.
Because, I mean, this could really help with my overhead.
Everything comes at a cost. Herder.
I could usually find someone else to pay it.
And you know what? And that is tomorrow Erasmus's problem.
I feel like that's your motto.
Everything comes at a cost, and eventually you're going to have to be the one to pay it.
Yeah, the bill comes due. Yeah, enemies will eventually come back to slay you. Yeah, of course, the necromancer will rise from his grave for the 51st time. It's always something.
With you, yes, there's always something.
I'm amazed that you haven't murdered him yet, Owen.
You saved my life.
Do you regret that?
Some days.
Fair.
Well, I mean,
I'd love to hear that story sometime. I'd like to write songs.
Couldn't just leave you there.
We've saved each other off and on over the years. I've lost track of who owes who, so we just stick together.
That's one way to do it.
It's really sweet.
Well, those of you who eat the meal, enjoy a great meal. And there is a lot of food left over. This is a feast for 100 people. So even with 3 of you, 4 of you, because Hespero is going to go ahead and eat some. Even with 4 of you eating, there's not much of a dent being made.
The food still, has a pretty powerful aroma, right?
Oh yeah, it smells fantastic.
All right, cool. So I'm going to go to the door of Herder's bar, and I'm going to cast Warding Wind to push the air out of the bar. That way, I'm going to drum some business maybe for Herder as people smell the food.
I'm writing a sign on the chalk slate with the prices so that when people come in, We're ready. And Erasmus, let me know what the split is on this.
This is how we kill a retirement village. 2 of us will stay alive.
Yeah. While all this is going on, Isolde's going to slip out and go and sit by the riverbank waiting for Nelitha to come back.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to kill them with Crisco.
That's the worst way to go. At least use butter.
Yeah.
The warding wind works. It sends the wafts of this delicious food out into the whole little marketplace. And it's not long before people are popping in and, dropping a few copper, a few silver, a few gold, whatever, depending on what they feel like eating. And you're feeding a great portion of the town.
Herder grabs his bagpipes and starts playing to entertain them while they're here.
What a terrible instrument
excellent.
to try and entertain with.
Herder's really good at his bagpipes.
I don't care. So bagpipes.
These old people love it.
They do. They seem to really enjoy it.
Not so old person would love it.
I don't actually have a preference with bagpipes. I'm just being an ass.
But yeah, the feeding goes well. Everyone seems to enjoy it, and there are no negative impacts that you are able to observe. Meanwhile, Nelitha, you make your way back, and you do see Isolde at the river.
I'll cross to her.
Anything interesting?
Not that I could find. I don't think it's a bad idea if we don't head that direction soon, in case it's still there. There was nothing out of the ordinary from how far I went.
Well, our companions are currently being gluttons. Erasmus's egg hatched.
And they decided to eat it after.
Erasmus's egg hatched and produced a feast for 100 people. I've never heard of something like that.
Are we sure it's not cursed?
No, I'm not sure. I had a bite of a pear. It seemed fine. It was delicious. I didn't eat anything else and came out this way. Well, when I left, they were feeding the entire town. So if it's cursed, at least it's spread out.
Well, that's where. Do you remember where he got this egg?
It was in the dragon hoard, wasn't it? Yeah. It was one of the things that was thrown into the portable hole. Yes.
Oh, no.
DP the player looks distressed at this point.
Tiana the player is not far behind, to be perfectly honest. Like, I hear this shit and I go, what the fuck?
I'm embodying my chaotic good character. I'm just here for the vibes.
We play chaotic good very differently.
I'm a bard.
I hope no one that you ate any of that food.
I don't know many people here besides our little group, so
That's fair. Oh, Lord. Okay.
I do think it would be advisable to set off sooner than later if it was close enough that it was sensible, even within the expanded divine sense range. I don't know how far it actually was, but it was close enough that I could feel it.
No, I agree with that. Here's your boat back.
Thank you. Slip it back into the bag of holding.
But I did not see anything out of the ordinary, but maybe if we also had your divine sense as I was going, we could have pinpointed it better.
Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Do we leave now, or like after we get everybody, obviously, or do we wait for tomorrow to make sure they're not dead or cursed or under somebody's thrall now?
Between you, me, and the river, I think that waiting until tomorrow to make sure they aren't dead, cursed, or enthralled is a good idea. We've lost enough daylight at this point that I don't particularly want to set out just yet. But in the morning.
Right. Did you find any sending stones?
I was so concerned with what was going on with this damned egg that I didn't even look.
I didn't know how soon that was after I left.
It was almost immediate, like as soon as we got back to the tavern. But let's go see what we can find as far as that goes, because I am in no rush to get back to the tavern.
No, I don't think I am either.
Right. So let's see if we can find any sending stones.
Yeah, and possibly something different to eat.
Well, the goodness is you did have breakfast, so.
Yes.
I'm not a good cook, but I can knock together food.
I'm a decent cook. If we have to, we can stop by my place.
So we'll head back into town. I've been there long enough to know if there's a magic shop or anything that might have magical things.
Herblight.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
I, the player, got briefly caught by that particular MLM, so I have very deep-seated rage.
Oh, no.
I have very deep-seated rage when it comes to that particular MLM.
Yeah, what's the real curse? A egg full of food or an MLM?
They're both terrible.
I will set fire to both of them.
Yeah.
But this was not an MLM. It's just, Ivadil thought it was a nice name. It sounded catchy.
Sure, that's what they all say. And then it turns into an MLM, and suddenly you're giving them your money, and you're in a fucking cult. Call your dad.
Okay.
It's the ending that really made that one for me.
That's very specific.
Oh, goodness.
For the record, I'm in favor of calling your daddy. So,
Oh, God.
while Isolt and Nelitha are coming back, Herder.
But we are not.
while they're doing their thing, Herder is spending some more time talking with Erasmus and Owen and trying to convince them to tell him about the adventures that they've had up to this point. Primarily because Greg the player knows what happens, but Herder the character doesn't.
Fill him in. Tell him all our stuff.
Well, where do we start? I think it started with a bet, really.
Which one?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. Which one? Well, I mean, I guess it started. Well, I mean, where do you want to start? Like what? Since we've all.
Do you want the beginning?
Yeah.
Or like when we met the girls?
Yeah.
You know what helps?
So while this story goes on,
Yeah.
Nelitha and Isolt, you do make it over to Herblight, to Ivadil's store. We'll call it Ivadil's store to make it less painful. And she is there, standing behind the counter, dusting off something, smiles up at you as the door opens. Oh, hi, how are you doing?
Hi, well, how are you?
Fantastic.
Just a quick question. Well, we won't bother you for terribly long. Just wondering if you had access to sending stones or anything of that nature.
I think I've got some in the back. Just give me a moment to go check. I'm sure I've got them. How many are you looking for?
One set for certain, and if there's a way to get 2 sets and sync them up, that would be fantastic.
Sure, let's see what I can do. There's 5 of us, though.
Look.
Sorry, what?
There's 5. There's
Yes,
5 of
but
us.
if we are split more than 4 ways, we're dead.
Oh, okay.
Really, we could probably get by with only 1 set, because it's usually Nelitha that goes off by herself.
We probably could, but at this point, Isolt is salty.
That's fair. It wasn't from that delicious food.
I was like, you know what else is salty? Feast for 100.
I'm glad that someone is enjoying it, and Isolt will stay very far. Look, you haven't ever asked her who her goddess is.
That's fair.
She doesn't trust food that appears out of nowhere.
He'd probably be asking if she had stayed back at the bar.
Look, we just ate cookies that may have came from Pixies because that's where Owen came from.
Yeah, but Owen vetted them, and I trust Owen more than I trust Erasmus.
That is also
and also I trust Owen more than a random egg from a dragon horde.
It's not a high bar to clear, but you do clear it.
Look, the bar is on the ground. I mean,
the bar is in hell, and you still managed to limbo under it.
Yeah.
Well, Erasmus is related to Hermes Conrad, limbo champion, clearly.
Oh
minutes, and Ivadil does come back out with a small box. Well, I have a pair that are $350 gold, of course. I don't have
one set is
a second
fantastic.
set, but okay. I mean, I can always put in an order and get them for you in a couple of weeks if that works.
For now, I think the one set is okay. If we figure out later that we need more than one, we'll put in an order, but we don't want you to waste your time just in case.
All right.
Certainly.
I mean, it's always an excuse to go see my daughter.
And I will reach into my bag of holding and count out 350 gold pieces and put them on the counter. You can catch me later. We'll deal with that. We'll just... Only one money pouch has to come out at a time.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I mean, 350 GP for sending stones? Good price. Excellent price.
Yep.
See your discount.
That's what it is, isn't it? Stars and stones.
Oh,
cool.
It 100% is.
Cool. Yeah, I'll grab the sending stones and then I'll look at them and just look. We know how the breakdown usually goes. I'll hand one to Nelitha and I'll put one in my pocket.
I would trust you more with the sending stone than I would guys.
I would trust Owen. Owen's got a good head on his shoulders.
Owen got bit in the ass by a bunny.
Weird things happen out on adventures. That wasn't his fault.
Nelitha will slip the sending stone into one of her pockets as well.
Did Owen up to the getting bit in the ass by a bunny story when they were telling Herder what happened?
Absolutely not.
All right. Well, we have this at least.
Yes.
Easier way to keep in contact. Let's go see if the guys are cursed or dead yet.
If half the town is cursed or dead yet.
Well, you know, there's only so far that my charisma can go, and trying to make them stop when food is involved is nigh impossible. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not mad about it. I'm
I am,
disappointed in them.
I'm probably hungry.
Oh man, the classic. I'm not
It's
mad.
the mom disappointment, no less.
I'm just disappointed.
Yikes.
Oh man.
Oh, Lord.
What fools these mortals be.
All right, let's...
So, as you head back across the marketplace, you do, of course, walk past the giant wizard statue. And you both have high enough perception to notice all of the easels around it.
Like, are people painting it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you take a look at what's on these easels? It is very much like an art class. There's paint, there's charcoal, there's some pastels. It looks like a watercolor or two.
I guess if you've spent however long you've lived here just painting the town, it got boring, and then a wizard statue showed up.
I feel like someone here is able to cast some sort of illusions to have different images pop up.
You would think, but...
You would think.
Does anything stand out on the paintings? Did somebody make him sexy or anything like that?
Oh, 100%.
Handsome Squidward.
One of them he's made into a merfolk, top half human-ish wizard, bottom half
I will look
fishy
at all
tail.
of them to see if there's any like weird runes or anything that someone else saw that we didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me an investigation, please.
15.
21.
Okay. You don't spot any runes or anything like that stand out to you as things you would have missed. You do find a painting that you wish you hadn't seen, and you wish there was some eye bleach around. But other than that, nothing really catches your eye.
My spends entirely too much time on the various nets. I've seen things I wish I could eye bleach many times.
But you do get back to Herder's Tavern, the Stout Singer, and the food is mostly gone at this point.
There's still enough if you want to play it.
Absolutely not. Assault filled me in.
Would you like me to start packaging it up, Herdy? I can like make some
That'd be
neat
great.
plates and
I
put them in the
appreciate
back.
It's so nice to have
Sure.
help around and a friend to talk to.
Yeah.
Oh, you just wait till I open the
I
library.
can't wait. Can't wait. You heard my song about the books. You know I love it.
And more books.
And
A
more
shit ton of
books.
books.
Okay. So yeah, everything seems normal, other than there's a lot of food.
No trust. Right. Well, Nelitha wasn't able to find anything when she went out scouting, but we do have at least a direction. I suggest that if we wish to track down this wizard problem, that we do so in the morning.
Or at least the doc. We don't know if that's actually him, the evil, but
Would it be accurate, because I just riffed, would it be accurate to say that it did smell like death, like corruption, like what was I picking up from the sound and the smell? Because divine sense is like it being pressed on your actual senses.
It was very much the smell of death and sort of decay and rotting corpses.
I mean, I can't say for sure that it's a
Yeah.
necromancer, but it smelled like one.
there was something in the cemetery that I didn't see, but
So are we going after this mysterious force
Yes.
in the morning, or are we going to Magrona Island? Because I have good news on that front.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
They have set up a network of porters guilds, so we can just teleport anywhere along the guild network. The closest one is in Glimmerhold. Very convenient.
that's helpful if one of the portals is near where we're going.
It is. They've got one at Magrona.
Of course they do.
all
All
right.
right.
So
I don't remember. What's Magrona?
that's the wizard school.
Oh.
Yes.
The wizards.
The very shitty rival wizard school.
Sure.
Hmm.
I don't know, because it was close enough that I could pick it up with the extent. And do you know how far the range is from the cookies?
I do not. I don't know much. I could not communicate with the pixies especially well. Bit of a language barrier.
Ah,
Is there anyone in your knowledge who can?
Does anyone speak Sylvan?
I do.
Do you want to go
Sure.
visit?
No.
It'll take us like 2 days to get there, and the mysterious smell could be gone by then.
tomorrow. I mean, not now. Later, we could figure that out. But I say tomorrow we find the smell that was closer to home, and then if we don't find anything or the divine sense is gone, we go to Glimmerhold.
I mean, even Fae things, there's a range. If it's within, on the outside, 10 to 20 miles, that is entirely too close.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm. I agree.
Would 10 to 20 miles encompass that table?
Which table?
The sacrifice table?
Oh,
Like, could I be picking up residual stuff from that?
that is the opposite direction. It was coming from the northwest, and the mountain is towards the east.
This is a new direction. We've been focusing on the mountain this whole time. But this is different.
Is it the same direction that we know this Magrona place is?
No, that's to the south.
We need to deal with dangers that are closer to home.
And would it be better to have more information? Yes, but we might be on a bit more of a time strain.
A shitty wizard school is going to stand for as long as shitty wizards are going to it, but we should take care of what's at home.
Exactly. If you three are alive in the morning.
Well, and I can concentrate. I can concentrate on finding the necromancer books, preferentially. Chela's helping me with gathering the books, so I can look for those first. So
That would be helpful. And I mean,
certainly,
Herder, I don't mean to make decisions for you. I apologize. You have a new friend and interests here. You don't have to come with us. You are absolutely welcome and wanted, but you don't have to. We're not going to force you. Shut up, Nelitha. Absolutely no change in tone or expression as she says, "Shut up, Nelitha."
It's okay, tank woman.
Tank woman? Her name is Assault!
I'm sorry, I've been
Oh,
hanging around you
you know
too
that
much.
name.
I forget names. So No, it's okay. I get scoffed as a bard. I get scoffed at often. It rolls off my back like water off a duck. And I quit adventuring a while back, but we did have some fun. And I look over to Hespera and say, "Do you think you could watch the bar for me for a little bit while I'm down, work on the library, getting it set up just how you want it?"
Certainly, it's going to be some time before the library is ready, so I need something to keep myself occupied.
I'd love to come with you guys as long as you'll have me.
Absolutely, that's the spirit.
Of course.
I've come with most of y'all, as long as you'll have me anyway.
Then we'll set off in the morning.
So, but I do hate to be that guy again. I quit adventuring a long time ago, and I got beat up a little bit down there.
I see that you have acquired money from selling whatever this is. Go to town and buy some shit before we leave.
The town doesn't have adventuring stores.
Or we can just go in the hole.
I loved your hole, man. It was a great visit last time.
See?
Suss out any more eggs.
All right.
We'll just look. This time we'll bring a flashlight. Okay. Not going on the hole blind.
All right. Maybe somebody could come in the hole with me and help me pick out some good stuff. If it's okay with you, Erasmus.
Absolutely. Look, I set this down at the foot of a dragon horde and I just pushed.
I'm happy to assist.
Thank you.
You've got that identified.
So we will say that you are able to pop in there, and I will send you some stats on something that you find, but you will definitely find some armor to protect you somewhat.
Although my friends have been providing wonderful protection up to this point, but some armor will always help.
A little bit of armor wouldn't hurt. So you all retire to your homes for the evening. You all get a good long night's rest. And in the morning, you all return to the Stout Singer to meet up, to get ready to go. And as you are there, Isolde, how far does your detect good and evil tend to reach normally?
Normally, let me double check that. Divine Sense is within 60 feet of me. But I say it got expanded.
Yeah, it was substantially expanded. You don't sense anything, but you hear something.
What do I hear?
You hear it. At first you think perhaps it's the rustling of leaves, but it's getting closer. And you start to smell that same evil smell, that sort of decay and rot and death. But Isolde's not the only one that smells it.
No, wait, who else smells it?
Cool.
Oh, great.
Everyone.
Cool.
Zombies.
Yeah, probably.
The feast turned everybody into zombies. It's just going to be Isolde and Nalitha fighting their way out of this fucking
No. Commoners have HP of 4 and no saving throws. The adventurers at least have a chance.
Well, shit, it ain't the consequences of my own actions.
I almost hope that's what this is, if only just for that.
Oh, well, you'll have to come back in 2 weeks to find out. I don't usually leave us on a cliffhanger like that, but I needed one. So, well, thank you all for playing and putting up with 2 weeks of wondering what the hell's going to happen.
It's fine.
It'll be fun.
Oh, honey, you think I'm not used to cliffhangers. You listen to my podcast.
True enough. That is true.
We listen
but you're not
to
used
your
to them from
podcast.
me,
It's a cliffhanger for all of us.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We will be back in 2 weeks to find out what is that weird dead smell.
What's that smell?
What's that smell?
Best game ever.
It's Herder's girlfriend.
Is it? Hey, now. Hey.
Oh, no. Come on. The librarian smells like books. They smell like death.
I smelled like books.
Yeah, now she smells like death because everybody who ate the meal is a zombie.
Herder's girlfriend hasn't committed arson.
In fairness, I don't think Nelson's girlfriend did it on purpose. Arson requires intent.
Okay.
Look, do you want it to be arson or incompetence? Because, incompetence
is easier to work with. Second
degree arson.
listen, do we expect anything different from somebody who's dating Nalitha?
I didn't even wait for you to finish that sentence. It just started shaking my head.
Honestly, and also, Nalitha may have been more proud if it had been on purpose. Come on.
She would have.
Good
night, everyone.
Bye.
We will see you all next time.
Bye.
Good night.
A Majestic Goose podcast.
Honk.